Okay. Now we are recording. All right. So, what's your name? What's your name?
Gail Guerrero. Smith Guerrero.
All right. And how are you related to me?
You're my cousin because your mother is my dad's sister.
And where do you live right now?
On the Russian River, Monterey, California.
How did you end up here?
Oh, that was... I wanted to live in Sonoma County, and I lived in Boys Hot Springs. I really fell in love with that place.
What's that like?
It's near Sonoma. You ever been to Sonoma? It's very country, very wine country, beautiful, but kind of pricey. And I couldn't find work there, so I just decided it didn't matter as long as I was in Sonoma County. So I started looking for rentals, and I found one in Guerneville, which I never heard of the place before then, before finding it in the paper. And I called him up, and you're in Sonoma County, right? Right. The price was right, so I said, I'll take it, sight unseen. So I came, and it was a little bitty cabin, 2 rooms, wasn't even insulated, and it was just before the winter hit, so it was I think it almost flooded a couple weeks after I moved there. Just watching the water get closer and closer and closer, and thinking, oh, wow, this is fun. But it was actually like a little resort that had like 8 cabins. And a big, huge main building, and then a bunch of little cabins. And I kind of paid my rent by painting the cabins and doing maintenance on them while I was looking for work. And that's how I covered my rent for a while until I found a job.
How long have you been living here?
Since 1974.
Oh, wow. That was a long time.
Yeah. Long time.
That was a long time. It was 74, huh? And you haven't left. You really love this area.
Yeah, I fell in love with it, and I don't know why, because I've been to a lot of different places. Because my dad was in the Air Force, we moved around quite a bit, and didn't like Southern California. Never really did. Ever since I was a teenager, I just never really cared for it.
What do you like about this area?
The country, the weather, the people.
Mm-hmm. There aren't a lot of people here either, right?
No, it's not.
But it's not exactly country. When I think of country, I think like Midwestern farms and, Or...
Well, there was a lot in Sonoma County. There are a lot of farming, a lot of farms. When I first moved here, there wasn't that many wineries. There were more farms, more apple orchards. It was more farming. Now it's a lot of wineries.
That's all there is,
A lot of vineyards. Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming.
But there's also something else here. What I think what makes it unusual is the redwoods and the Russian River.
And the close proximity to everything else, to San Francisco. It's close to, if you like to ski, it's not that far to Tahoe. It's just close to a lot of different things.
So you also have worked here, and you also had a store here, didn't you? I really want to go see the store. Where is it?
It doesn't exist anymore.
But where was it?
It was in Occidental, which is in that direction about, was it like 8 miles, Michael? Something like that? Occidental?
Yeah, 7.
Okay, now who's this young man over there to your right? And, of course, the infamous...
Aldo.
Aldo.
You're on the camera. Oh my God.
Hi, Aldo.
You can't even see his face.
I even waved at it. So how long have you been with Michael?
Let's see, Jesse, 33 years.
Wow. So you've been this pretty long together, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. And anyway, so you had this store. What did you do with the store?
I sold it.
What was in the store? What were you selling?
Oh, toys, novelties.
How did that go?
It was pretty fun.
Was it?
Yeah, Yeah, we enjoyed it. You know, it was just the bookkeeping. If it wasn't such a nightmare for the bookkeeping, I probably would have still been doing it. But I sold it right at the right time. It was just before the economy just took its little flop.
Oh.
And other people in that town tried to sell their businesses and couldn't do it. So I lucked out. I sold it on Craigslist, of all things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, it's incredible.
I advertised on Craigslist, and I found a couple that were from South Africa, and they had been living in the Bay Area for several years, and she was commuting, working this big, what was her job? I can't remember.
I don't remember her
She was
job.
bookkeeping for some big, huge
He was in packaging
restaurant
design and designed
chain.
a lot of
and he was in packaging design.
recognizable products.
And
packaging.
they wanted to get out of the city. And they bought a house in Cazadero, which is up this way a bit. And it's like under the redwoods. I mean, they don't get any sun at all. And she bought a house and she bought the store, like within weeks of each other.
Wow.
And they moved here. I don't know if they're still there or not, but they didn't last very long with the store. I think they only lasted a couple of years.
Oh, well, you didn't make it for them.
Well, she hadn't been in retail and didn't really keep up with the way that she should have kept it up. Didn't replenish stuff, and so her reputation kind of hit the
Hit the thing.
pavement. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going